Dead End Hip Hop audio review. Do you know that intro? If you don't, man, you fucking up. Dead End Hip Hop all of 2021. We've been doing a review a day. We call it DE365, bro. And we in the fourth quarter. So me and Ken are putting up shots. We appreciate the support. But if you don't know, go over to the Dead End Hip Hop podcast. Support your boys. Listen to it. But also, if you want the videos, go to Patreon. We got video content over there of the album reviews that we have done. Go over there, man. Support your boys, DE365.
Dead End Hip Hop album review. Silk Sonic, which is composed of Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak. An evening with Silk Sonic. Joining us for this review, we have a special guest, Ryan, from Not Real Music.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me on, guys. How's it going?
Everything's good. Everything's good. Glad to have you on board with this one.
Yeah, very glad to be here. It's all good.
What kind of content do you create on your channel?
I do mostly reviews. I do reactions as well, lists, just everything music related, basically.
So how long you been doing it?
I've been doing it since 2017, so it's coming up to like 5 years.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
We did a video together for an album review for a band called Rome. So if you guys have not checked that out, make sure you go watch it. Rome himself was messaging about the review. So yeah, make sure y'all go check that out. Yeah, we didn't do anything for his channel. We should have. Isn't that usually how collabs work? One for one?
Yeah, yes, tip for tat. We've got to sort it out.
We only got the tip. We didn't get the tap, bro.
All right, so before we get into the review, if you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Check out our other videos and consider becoming a member. Or signing up for our Patreon, patreon.com/deadendhiphop, where you get access to our classic reviews and discounted merchandise and all kind of other dope stuff that we got going on there as well. Like the video and make sure you guys check out Ryan's channel, Not Real Music, as well. We'll have a link to that in the description. Silk Sonic kind of burst on the scene with this huge single, Leave the Door Open. Since then, they've dropped a couple of more singles, Skate, and I think Smoking Out the Window are the other two.
I didn't know they.
Oh, you didn't hear Skate?
I didn't hear anything until this album except for Leave the Door Open.
Oh, wow.
I heard Skate, but I didn't know they had a third single.
Yeah, I think they dropped the third one too.
So it was Leave the Door Open, Skate, and then Smoking Out the Window came.
I missed all
They
of
did
that.
a video. They dropped it with a video.
I didn't even see the video.
Didn't even see. Yeah,
You still have it today?
No, I still haven't seen it either.
Oh, shit.
I'll watch it when I get home.
Yeah, I was actually just watching the videos before we were recording. I normally don't watch videos, but I'm glad I watched those videos.
Yeah.
They were actually really good.
They're really good.
Yeah, really good. I'm sorry. I was really curious to hear the album, especially after that single, and then hearing the second one as well. And man, they knocked it out the park. I think this shit is fucking great, man. I think they did a real good job of those like retro soul sound. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to figure out like what made this feel so good. Like we know Bruno and Anderson, are definitely great, apart, but sometimes it's hard to kind of replicate that or to actually work really, really well together, especially with two singers whose voice sound very similar. Bruno has a lot more range and a lot more power, but for the most part, when they're singing, I think in their tenor, it's hard to really distinguish who's who. But Anderson has a little bit more gruff to him, so you can kind of differentiate him that way. But for the most part, them brothers, they almost sound the same.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
Hell.
Yeah, they do.
I don't think so.
Hell,
I
no
do not
kid.
think so.
Hell no.
Bruno Mars can sing.
No, I know
Anderson
that.
Paak has like a little bit
Sang.
of edge. He just kind of sang. He sounds great, but they sound similar.
When they're singing their verses, not when Bruno gets into like Bruno has the power, the range.
He's more technical.
Yeah, but Anderson is like when they're singing verses, they sound very similar to me, bro.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I disagree.
can clearly
Yeah.
tell them apart.
Really?
Yeah, me too.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Do you listen to him regularly?
My kids love the 24 Magic album Hour, so I've heard a lot of Bruno Mars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over the last couple of years or so. But
I was gonna say maybe that's why
Yeah.
it's hard to differentiate because I don't listen to him like that either. I can kind of see what you're saying in the verses parts because Bruno isn't blowing during his verses. So I see what he's saying because
Yeah.
they both have a higher pitch almost, but I can still tell them apart.
Yeah, just the verses. Paak has that gruffness. Like there's a little
That's what clearly tells them apart from
Yeah.
yeah.
Same here.
Outside of that, I was like, okay, so what is it about this album? And I think, one of the things I was able to identify, I think it's like a lot of the arrangements and the way they do a lot of the harmonies and where they place some of these breakdowns and these arrangements is what really, really did it for me because they'll just stop and then Bruno will just bellow something out, or they'll just harmonize at a certain spot, like where you think they're gonna continue the verse or get ready to go into the hook, and they'll just do something completely different. And I think that was really, really dope and kind of was adds to what makes this sound so good to me, as well as just the songs, just writing the songs and stuff like that. So, man, I fucking love this shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm the same. I was really hyped for it as soon as Leave the Door Open came out, and they just seemed like it was a collaboration that I don't think many people saw coming, but like it just seems to make sense because they do have similar styles. They both like dabbled in like the soul R&B type of stuff for quite a while. And obviously the past few Bruno Mars albums and it's like his big singles have been like so retro, haven't they? Like, like Uptown Funk, there's songs from 24 Karat Magic. Like it's so obvious that he's so inspired by like the 70s, maybe a bit of 80s with like Michael Jackson and stuff. And I feel like them coming together, it just makes so much sense. And I feel like when you heard that first single with Anderson Paak kind of doing the verses, he kind of sounds a bit more cooler, a bit more slicker, and then Bruno leads into the chorus. It's just like they just match so perfectly. I don't know if they were working together for a while before that, or they just got together and it was just instantly like, yeah, we just know what we're doing together. I can't tell because it just feels like they've just perfectly lined up. So yeah, really, really big on this, guys. I think it's great.
When it came out, I was upstairs and I was like, why does that sound like Silk Sonic or whatever? But it was a song that I hadn't heard. I came down and I said, yo, did that drop? She's like, yup. I already listened to it 5 times. Like, god damn, Nate. Like she be on it, man. She just
31
like
minutes long, bro.
Yeah, she be excessive with it though, bro. Like movies, all that. Yeah, man, she loves this, man. I do not love this. It's good, but I've never been a Bruno Mars fan. But I think Bruno Mars is hella talented. I've said this plenty of times. It's just something about Bruno, man, that I just don't rock with. Damn. It's just something I don't rock with, man. And I know you said you like this because of the retro feel and all that. But to me, sometimes it comes off a bit gimmicky here.
It did with the Bootsy track.
It does with the Bootsy track, and in certain moments in here, it does for me. Like 777, I could probably do without that. I thought this album was gonna be perfect based on the singles that dropped. I thought it was gonna be perfect, but I don't think it's perfect, man. I don't want to stick on that too much because I do think this is still a great album. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. It just hasn't quite connect for me yet. It just and I don't know if it's the stylistic theme of the album or what. Coupled with the videos, it seems like they're clearly going for this old feel or whatever, and that's what Bruno Mars does typically. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't particularly care for Bruno Mars, because he just kind of recreates older sounds that I can just go listen to that older person for. But he's hella talented. That's the thing, like, because I can't deny that he can sing his fucking ass off.
Kills this
And
shit.
he does, but he's just not an artist I go to and listen like, oh man, I want to put on this Bruno Mars. And I love Anderson Paak. Anderson Paak's probably one of my favorite artists in general or whatever. So that's why I'm kind of torn with it, because you have Anderson Paak on here, but it's essentially Anderson Paak is doing the same thing he's doing, and it's succumbing to this theme that they're doing. I said it on our track review. Leave the Door Open is amazing. The Skate track I always thought was amazing. The Smoking Out the Window was amazing. I mean, it's some stuff on here that's really good. But songs like 777, Fly As Me is kind of. I like the beat on Fly As Me, but I'm not crazy about the kind of rapping thing he's doing on there. But nah, man, I think for the most part, this album is cool. It may grow on me a little bit more, but it just hasn't yet.
Did you like Awoken My Love? I can't remember when we reviewed it. Was that-
Awaken My Love.
Awaken My
Talking
Love?
about Childish Gambino?
Yeah.
I did. I wasn't as crazy about it as y'all, but I did like it.
But you did
I
like
did
it.
like it. Naomi, she was crazy about that one too. I see where you're going with that. It's kind of theme based, but I don't know. It still felt a little more creative than this.
No, the reason why I asked, because I think me and you talked about it before on the same fence of the Bruno Mars thing.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Just, it just seems forced, but at the same time, when we listen to Childish Gambino, I remember not criticizing him for the sounds that he was kind of like recreating or anything like that. But it was definitely, in my opinion, I do feel like it was more creative. But yeah, I like this album as well. I mean, I'm not like going high over heels crazy over it, but it's definitely got like a great soulful 70s feel of the R&B soul music that I like, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely a plus. I will say this though, Put On a Smile, fucking Bruno Mars was singing his fucking ass off on that shit.
He's talented, man.
On Put On a Smile. He took it back to the fucking singing and
He did
crying
that?
for you, but yes, he went retro on that shit. So that was definitely a moment on the album where I was like, oh, okay, like damn. Skate definitely gave me a vibe of like you had to skate. I mean,
they killing it.
The perfect skating theme music. I mean, I don't even skate like that. If I was to hear that shit, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna skate.
Yeah, I heard it's killing in that arena.
Oh,
Like,
I bet
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
I bet it is. I mean,
Is there a lot of competition in that arena?
I know, right? I don't know.
You talking about like current though, right?
Yeah, it was cool hearing Bootsy Collins kind of talking, giving like a little theme, talking
As the
through.
host, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a nice little touch on it. But yeah, I mean, this was definitely good. I mean, 9 tracks. I'm like with Rad. I like it a little more than you do, but
Okay.
I agree with your criticisms like a lot. I can't really pinpoint or articulate what it is, but I just don't. I'm never been a Bruno Mars fan like that. And like I said, him and Anderson Paak definitely sound
Good
sound
together,
great together.
yeah.
Like they definitely that was apparent. I didn't expect to happen, and when it happened, I was like, okay, shit, they sound good. So,
Yeah, I never even thought about it
Yeah.
until it actually happened. I was like, whoa, this
yeah,
works.
This shit works.
This
So-
fucking works.
But no,
Yeah.
this was 31 minutes, 9 tracks. This was definitely good. I feel like every track was a good track.
What's up, man?
Huh?
What's up?
What's up with you?
What's up,
How you
man?
doing
What's
today?
going on?
I'm all right, man.
What's going on?
My ankle hurts a little bit, but
You know
I'll
what
be
I'm
all right.
saying? Yeah.
That's what's
Getting
up.
cold out.
Get that Bengay.
What'd you call me?
Get some of that Bengay, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, you front. I got some shit at the house for real.
Oh, okay.
I use that shit regularly on my
you go.
back, man. Hey.
you go.
Anyways, yeah, Silk Sonic. Well, the funny thing is, I'm kind of with Rod. I do like this album. I don't love this album. I think my reasoning might be a little bit different than Rod's, though. I think with this album, I mean, clearly it's a gimmick. I mean, they're not trying to do anything different. They're not trying to break the mold. They're just trying to do an homage album to the old style. So I didn't really have a problem with that. I think my issue kind of came in with they're kind of hitting the same note throughout the majority of the project. Now, granted, it's only 31 minutes long. It's basically 30 minutes of kind of the same thing. The only song that I thought was noticeably different was 777, which Rod does not like, but that's my favorite song on the project. I really like the percussion and the horns. But yeah, I mean, I can definitely throw this on. It's nice and short. It's a fun listen. I don't think they were trying to make anything that's overly complicated or that you have to think about too hard. And I think that's where this hits the best. Throw this on in the car, ride around. It's perfect. Throw it on at the house when you clean the house like we used to do when we were younger. Sitting down and thinking about it really hard and trying to break it apart, that's where the problems come in. So that's what I don't do when I listen to this. I just throw it on and I'm cool with it. One of y'all mentioned Smoking Out the Window, right? That one killed me. He said, I hope you find what you need, but I also hope you out here walking barefoot in these streets. I was like, Jesus, I'm sending that to a whole bunch of people.
He said, this bitch got me paying the rent.
Got me paying the
Right.
rent.
for trips.
Running around like it's Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
and
diamonds
shit.
on the neck,
Man.
diamonds on the wrist.
That shit was
So
hilarious.
I'm giving her back to everybody.
I love it in the video as well, where like Anderson Paak kind of just like pops in. He's like,
Yeah.
bitch.
He's a clown.
Yeah.
I'm watching
Y'all
the video.
gotta see the
I'm
video.
gonna see the
I'm
video.
gonna watch it. I'm gonna
He's
watch
a
it. I'm gonna
freaking
watch it after this.
clown.
Put on a smile. That was classic, old school.
Man.
You know, I love you, but you're making a fool out of
Man,
me.
that
You know
is
what I'm saying?
classic.
The only person that made me smile is you. Type of shit. Again, where I'm with Rod is when I put this on, I can't really take it all that seriously. But I don't think that's what they're going for.
Right.
I don't think they're going for a serious album.
Clearly, you look at the videos, they clearly are not.
I mean, either way, it's still a great project. But I think if you just sit it back and you don't try to think about it too hard and you just have fun with it, it's great, man. Like, there's really nothing to be overly critical about. But I'm not loving it yet. I'm not flipping, because I saw people being like, this is album of the year.
Yeah, people going.
I don't know how much I agree with that. Because my thing is, it's like, if I threw, and this is gonna definitely be some old head shit, but I'm like, if I threw a Stevie Wonder album, a Teddy Pendergrass album, and a fucking Smokey Robinson album, y'all be like, I don't want to hear this shit. But y'all flipping out over dudes
Right.
doing an incredible homage to those sounds.
Right.
They did their thing.
Yeah,
I
they
think
did.
that they are an incredible pairing. I think, like Ryan said, it makes sense. I never listened to Bruno Mars like that. Them doing something together, it's not something I would have ever expected, but it fucking makes sense. They are a great pairing. And I like it so much, I even watch interviews with them because I think that even them together, just talking shit, they're fucking hilarious. But hearing that Bootsy Collins is actually the one that named the project, I was like, man, that's fucking cool that they really went to Bootsy
Right.
and were like, yo, we're trying to do this thing. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, I want to be a part of it. Yeah, man, it gets the seal of approval for me. Maybe it'll grow on me a little bit later on.
I think this is gonna perform amazingly live.
Yeah.
I think when they do
yeah.
shows,
Yeah.
my
Well, that was the
God.
intent behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Which I read on Apple Music.
My wife wants to drag me to this, but
You'll have fun, I bet.
huh?
I-
No, I
you'll
will.
have- yeah,
I
you'll
will.
have
Anytime
fun.
it don't matter what show we go to, we have fun. Yeah, like I said, I don't hate this project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I actually think, like I said, it's a great pairing. I would love to see what they do, like a little bit more original content instead of going for like a homage to a sound. I would love to see them now that we know how they sound together. Like, damn, I wonder what they kind of like the No Worries how they got together and made a great album. Yeah, but yeah, I think they'll make some more amazing work. So hopefully they do more together as a group. You know what I mean?
I like them in this space. I think they do it exceptionally well, and yeah, man, Bruno kills it throughout this whole thing with his heart. Like, I haven't heard a person sing hard in a long ass motherfucking time with a lot. He taps into that and pulls it out. And you know, Anderson, that's not his lane. So I think
Right.
that when he hands it off to Bruno and Bruno grabbed that baton,
Man.
Bruno takes that shit home,
He
bro.
do.
He does.
And that just takes me back. So if it's appealing to a certain, you know, nostalgic feeling, I'm all for it because I long for that, you know, in this day and age. And I think newer artists like Gideon and Myke mentioned Serpent with Feet. You know, we got a lot of Brent Faiyaz. We got a lot of people that can make sort of this new type of neo soul type thing. And then, you know, we got guys that can actually tap into that. So I think in terms of R&B, I like kind of where we are in this space. And hopefully some of these young cats are here and I'm like, man, I want to sing hard like that and get that type of inspiration. I think they knocked this shit out the park, with everything
Out the
they
park.
did. Yeah. Blast Off was the perfect
Closer.
ending track, man. And when it was like, we're gonna take it higher, and each time they hit a higher note, man. After last night, like, what the fuck did she put on him? Like, he was like, yo. So that was beautiful, man. The thing is, when you have a track like Leave the Door Open, it's probably one of the best songs on here. It basically set the world on fire. It's hard to recreate that or find other songs to kind of match that. And I was actually surprised that they were able to do it just in a different way. Skate was like, dang, fuck, how did they manage to do it with Skate? But it's a completely different type of song. And then Blast Off and Put on a Smile, like, yeah, man, they killed it, man. They killed this shit.
Ryan, did you have anything else you wanted to add as far as the album?
Yeah, I was a few things, to be fair. Like, you guys are obviously saying it's an homage and stuff like that. So I think there's a good access point for like younger people to maybe hear an album like this and think, oh, you know what? Maybe I do want to listen to Teddy Pendergrass and Stevie Wonder, like Myke said, and stuff like that, because that's their obvious inspirations. But I think like as obvious it is, because I love that era as well. Obviously, I wasn't born in that era. Like it's way beyond, like, before my time. But I still respect like a lot of those artists. You know, like Marvin Gaye, brilliant. You know, Stevie Wonder as well. And there were some tracks as well that went in a bit of a funkier direction that reminded me a little bit of like you know, Funkadelic. I think it was Fly As Me. That one reminded me a little bit of that. So like I think it's obvious that they're pulling from those artists. Al Green as well. I think that was a pretty obvious one. But I don't think it ever feels like, you know, they're just, you know, copying someone else's homework. I feel like they respect the genre and they really appreciate it. And I think they've done it justice. So I don't necessarily mind that it's not that original, especially given it's only 30 minutes as well. Like, you can just stick this on. You're not staying with it too long. And all the tracks are really good. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with it. So it's obvious comparisons to older artists, but similarly with Awaken My Love, I think both do the genre justice. So I can't really say I'm too negative towards it. I will say the only thing, like, my least favorite track's probably Blast Off. I thought that one went a bit cheesy, to be honest. I thought that was kind of bordering on, like, especially with some of the lyrics, I thought that was a bit cheesy. But aside from that, I think they just nailed it, to be honest. I thought it was great.
Not everybody would have been able to pull this off. I agree with you on that. And I want to say we said that about Gambino too, on his. But and as much as that I don't care for Bruno Mars music, I cannot deny the fact that he brought what he's supposed to bring on this project. Like, that's without a doubt. I'd simply be a hater if I said that he didn't. Question I was gonna pose to with it in that same sentiment though, the question I was gonna pose to Ken: would y'all want them to do this again?
No, I'm cool with this being a one-off. Me personally.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I'm on the opposite of that. Like I said before, this does come off like a gimmick, but it's intentional, so I don't have a problem with it. And I think that they did such a great job at replicating those sounds, and I think that Anderson Paak put his spin on it. You were talking about Fly As Me. That is really George Clinton, but it's also really Anderson Paak. So it just works so well. I don't really know what they could do with this that would be different than this that I'd still want to hear. Like, if they did a neo soul project, I don't think I'd want to hear that. After this, I'm totally cool if they did another one, but I would rather keep them in this space. I like this space that they're in because they do it so well. I can't think of anybody else currently right now, whether mainstream or underground, that I could think of that could do this project and have it not sound goofy. Like, they even went deep with the instrumentals. Like, they got a band. Like, this wasn't just some motherfuckers. These were some musicians that came up in this motherfucker and were doing some percussion, some horns, some funky ass guitar. Like, they really went all out. I think if anyone else tried to do this, now if I'm wrong, y'all let me know if there's somebody I'm just missing, but I can't think of anybody else that would have done it this well.
I can't either. I would love another one of these. I don't know if we'll get one, but I would love to know what else that they could create, because I think they work really, really well together as a writing team. And I was just reading through the stuff on Apple Music in the bio, and they seem like they're very open and honest with each other. If something sucked, he was like, yeah, that song sucks, but they worked to make it better. I think Put On a Smile was maybe the one. They reached out to Babyface and got Babyface on that joint.
Was it?
Yeah.
He was singing?
I think he was singing background vocals, because he'll do that shit, man. He'll hop
wow.
on some shit and sing background vocals.
I didn't know that either.
That's dope. That's
No
dope.
wonder why that shit.
But he
that
probably
singing-
he put that touch on it.
Yeah.
So even if he didn't sing on the background vocals, they did reach out to him to help work on the song, because Bruno was like, if it sucked, Babyface would tell me.
Yeah.
Babyface is another one that would tell
Or
him.
Babyface be like, you know what? Don't sing it this way. Do such and such. Arrange his vocals this way or whatever. So
They should have went and got Keith Sweat.
No.
no.
What you mean?
Blast
off. Leave that down. Open.
But no, I think this is great for them. And even Fly As Me is Pac rapping, right? And how they managed to kind of integrate that into this old 70s sounding music, because we didn't know how would that fucking shit sound back then. Now we know. So I don't know what original content would sound like. Like, whose sound would you do? Pac or Bruno or whatever. And I don't know who said it, but I haven't really listened to Bruno's albums like that. I think 24K Magic is the one where he started doing more of the retro stuff. Isn't Doo-Wops and Hooligans and Unorthodox Jukebox more poppy?
Yeah, that was his like pop era. That was the crap like Lazy song and stuff. Do you remember that? That was
Yes.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that.
God.
Yeah, he was not in a good place that time. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just too. He's always been too pop for me, man.
Yeah, he was mainly a pop artist. I think 24K Magic is the one where he kind of
He started tapping into that old soul shit.
Yeah,
he started tapping into
That's
yeah.
what I like.
Oh, so that's why people hate on him so much.
I didn't know people hate him like that, but
God, yeah, they tell him an appropriator and all types of shit.
yeah, because he's inspired by different eras of music, and he basically just kind of recreates it, which is right. This is why this didn't surprise me at all that they did this. But yeah, that's totally good, cause like 24K, it sounds like some old like 80s or something like that type of sound to it.
He was nowhere near that sound before that album.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know, man. I think it's just that whole pop thing he had going on. It's just like, it's just like, what?
Why?
What's
Which
going
is
on?
interesting because that's when I was like, oh, okay, I hear you, Bruno. That other pop stuff I wasn't with, but that 24K Magic, I was like, okay,
I only
like
heard
this
that
one.
very first single that he did. Like, I can't remember what it was
Gorillas
called now.
or something like that. What is it called? It was called Gorilla. That's what it was.
Well, either way, I mean, I've never had a problem with him. I just never cared to go check him out. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious now. 'Cause, I mean, I have a lot of friends who are just like, oh my God, 24K is just the shit. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll get to it. Just haven't done it yet. But yeah, man,
You're gonna hate it.
you don't know what I'm going to hate,
You're gonna hate it.
I'm a love
I think I remember liking that one. I don't think I
You
cared
like
for his first
24K?
two. I think I remember liking that, bro.
Oh, that's what I like is on 24K Magic too. That's what I like. That's what I like. I do not like Bruno.
Stop hating on Bruno, man. Damn. Stop hating on the
There's
kid,
another
Bruno.
song he has that's really, really popular.
I fuck with that song. I'm going to go check out that album
Go
then.
ahead,
Why you hating, bro?
Check it out, dude.
That shit tight. Make me want to get an El Dorado.
There you go.
No, not El Dorado. El Camino. I always
El
get those
Camino.
confused. El Camino is what I'm talking about. El Camino with the back lowered. I got a condo in Miami.
In Manhattan.
Got one in Manhattan too. Just like some old motherfucker to fuck up the lyrics immediately.
yes, immediately after Lily just hearing it.
Literally just hearing
They just hearing that shit. That is some old man shit too.
You know what the song say.
You know the song, boy.
right.
You got anything else you want to say, Ryan, before we get to favorite tracks?
Yeah, it's great. It's great fun. It's a real mood. It's a real mood uplifter. I played this in the morning and it immediately just set me on, for the day. It's a great time. Another thing I'd say actually, what they could have done was, how obviously Bootsy Collins is there doing the kind of like introduction thing at the start, with the and he sort of like sets up the album.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have probably committed to that a bit more, like had some interludes throughout, just kind of keeping it like it was an evening with Silk Sonic. I thought they didn't really stick with that. Like on the Minstrel Show by Little Brother, where like they really commit to the theme and they keep doing all little skits. I thought they could have done that because they're both pretty funny. They've got good sense of the humor. I thought they could have maybe committed to that a bit more. But aside from that, I still think it's pretty great. I don't know where I stand with wanting more music from them, though. I think they probably do this again, and it might start to get a bit boring. But I don't know what I feel about that. But I'm just happy, Anderson Paak's seen huge success with this. And since about 2016, I've been saying like this guy should be topping the charts, and he has now that he's been with Bruno. So I'm pretty happy to see that. It's a great breakthrough for Anderson.
Yeah, I like your takes, man. Like, yeah, I agree with a lot of stuff you're saying, man. You raise a lot of good points, bro.
So my favorite tracks are Give Me Put On a Smile, After Last Night, Blast Off, Leave the Door Open, and 777.
Yeah, I would definitely take all three singles, which is Leave the Door Open, Skate, and Smoking Out the Window. I think those are all definitely very high quality tracks. And my other two is going to be definitely Put On a Smile, After Last Night. Yeah.
Leave the Door Open, Fly As Me, After Last Night, Smoking Out the Window, and Put On a Smile.
Leave the Door Open, Smoking Out the Window, Put On a Smile, 777, and Blast Off.
Yeah, I'd go with Leave the Door Open, Skate, Smoking Out the Window, the 3 big singles. And then the other 2, I'd go with After Last Night and Fly As Me. That's my top 5.
Silk Sonic, if you're watching, I love the album. I think it's great. What you guys did is very hard to do. And to do it in a way that a diehard R&B fan like me would, love, speaks a lot to you guys' talent and creativity. To make a fully condensed 31-minute project with songs that's just as strong as the lead single is also great as well, because I was concerned. I was like, how are you going to be able to match that throughout the rest of the album? And I thought you guys did that really, really well. I didn't even think about it, but I do like the comparisons to Childish Gambino's or Donald Glover's Awaken My Love. I didn't even think about that at the time when I was listening to it. But overall, I love this. I would definitely love to hear something else from you guys as well, just to see what you guys do. I think you guys, make a great pairing in terms of, Anderson doing his thing and, Bruno, you carrying that shit home, bro. That's old school, where you had that one singer come in and just be killing that shit with all the ad-libs and shit like that, power vocals or whatnot. But great job. You guys knocked it out the park, and looking forward to what you guys do next.
Silk Sonic, if you're watching, I think you guys definitely nailed this project. It may not be something that I just gonna play over and over again, but I can definitely see people playing this over again, like my wife. My wife plays this album literally every day, and I'm not even exaggerating. Bruno Mars, I've never really been like a super huge fan of yours, but I've always said that I think you're a very talented singer and entertainer, because I've seen you perform as well. So yeah, I think you're really, really talented, bro. Definitely don't take my opinion and to heart. That's just my particular taste. Anderson Paak, I've seen you perform as well. I'm a super huge fan of yours, and I'm just kind of like what Ryan said. I'm glad that you were able to link with somebody as big as Bruno Mars to be able to get more shine and spotlight on you. So that's why I really like this combination, because I remember going to a show that you did here in Atlanta, and I got in the car of an Uber, and he's like, yo, what show just happened? I was just like, oh, Anderson Paak. He was like, who was that? I was like, damn, you don't know who Anderson Paak is? And I was just like, damn. I just thought everybody knew who you were, and it blew my mind that this Uber driver didn't know. So I'm glad that I guarantee he knows now after you've done this project, collab project with Boosie Collins and Bruno Mars. So I'm happy for you with that, man. But as a group, man, I think you guys did a great job. If you did it again, I'll just definitely check it out. But I think part of me would like to see, what else you guys can do as a tandem. So yeah, man, good job on the project.
Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak, if y'all watching, good job. Short, to the point, good soulful jams, good singing from you, Bruno Mars. You did your thing on there. And also shout out to D-Mile and the Stereotypes also for producing, and Bruno Mars for producing this entire album. Y'all did a good job of arranging and putting together a nice, good soundscape for this album. So shout out to you guys. Anderson Paak, huge fan of you. Bruno Mars, I'm pretty much in the same boat with Rod as far as my opinion of you, but you definitely sang your ass off on this album, and I definitely got to give you props on that shit. And Anderson Paak, hey, look, I'm looking forward to another album with you and Knowledge, man. So, keep up the great work. Like I said, with this album, Silk Sonic, y'all did your thing. So, congrats.
Silk Sonic, if you're listening, this is a great project. I think you guys are a great pairing. Bruno, specifically, I haven't dug too hard into your music, but realizing that you made a song that I really liked that was played off camera, I'm going to definitely check out some more of your stuff. Anderson, you already know I love your stuff, but this was an unlikely pairing, but it was a fucking perfect pairing. So I'd be cool if you did it again. If not, we'll still have this. So I'm perfectly fine either way. But any way it goes, great job.
Yeah, Silk Sonic, if you guys are watching, you don't know who I am, but I certainly know who you guys are. And yeah, definitely a big fan of this. Nailed everything you were trying to do. It's funny at times, it's cheesy in places, but it never, gets too cheesy. It's romantic, you've got it all right, basically. And yeah, just great to see this be really successful. An homage to a time in music that we don't see in the mainstream anymore. We never see songs like this topping the charts, really. And it's great to see it come back and do so well. And great to see Anderson Paak get a huge, shine through it as well. So yeah, keep at it. Keep the live shows going. Definitely interested to see if you guys collaborate again, but also would like to see where Anderson Paak goes and Bruno goes separately in the future as well. I don't mind either way, to be fair. This is a great short album. It'll keep me going for a while. It's one of my favorite albums of the year. So yeah, good job.
That's what's up, man.
All right.
There you have it.
Yep.
It is.
There you have it, man.
Yeah. Appreciate you joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been fantastic. Really enjoyed doing this. It's been great.